Hi folks, thanks for tuning in. Just thought I'd do a short video introducing people to arrow spine and what it actually is. Archery can be a bit of a minefield when you first start, so understanding arrow spine is paramount to setting up your gear right and down the track getting consistent accuracy. When it comes to arrow spine, it's really important to select the right spine for your bow setup. So if you're running a compound bow or a traditional style bow that's very high poundage, a lot of power, it's important to get a stiff spine shaft in the realms of 350, 400, in some cases even 250, it just depends on the poundage. This is important because the power that's transferred from the bow needs to be directed into the shaft. If the spine is too soft, the power dissipates through the shaft too quickly, and in turn what you can actually end up doing is semi-dry firing your bow because the power transfer is too much for the shaft if it's too soft. In the event that you're running a bow with a very low poundage, say you're just starting out and you're still getting used to drawing a bow, quite often most people will start with a very low poundage, in which case you need an arrow shaft that's softer, more in the realms of a 500 spine, even a 600 spine. Another thing that can impact spine selection is your draw length. So there's instances where you could have an extremely short draw length, say for example 23 inches, maybe even less, in which case your shaft winds up being very short. So if you're running a low to moderate poundage in conjunction with a very short draw length, you're going to need to select a very soft spine, because by the time you cut down a factory length shaft to suit your draw length, you're basically increasing the stiffness of that shaft because its original spine based on factory length is now shorter, so the shaft will become stiffer. So you'll have to go for a very soft spine. For most people, however, that are running a regular draw length, sort of in the ranges of 27, 28, even out to 30, your regular spines apply and you basically match them to your setup. So if you're running a moderate to high poundage bow, you're working within spine ranges of sort of 3 to 400, generally speaking. And again, if your draw length is regular, 26 out to 30, and your poundage is relatively low, 50 pounds or under, then you're going to be selecting a spine that is moderate to soft, so 400 to 600. Easton provides a great spine reference chart. It basically takes into account your peak draw weight, your draw length, in turn arrow length, and it's very easy to quickly work out what spine bracket you fall into for optimum results. So it's a very easy chart to follow, and it's a great reference point that you can apply to any manufacturer's shafts, not just Easton. So you can basically ascertain what spine's correct for you and then apply that to any other manufacturer's shaft. Just in conclusion, a common misconception is the arrow spine that's typically listed on the shaft somewhere, be it 350, 400. Bear in mind, this is not an indication of arrow weight. Spine is completely different. Spine is the stiffness or lack thereof of the shaft. Arrow weight is physical weight, which is measured in GPI, which is also normally listed on the shaft. But an arrow spine has no reference to the actual weight of the shaft. So keep that in mind. Thanks for tuning in and happy shooting.